Last night, it wasn't about the Splash Brothers. It was a showing of the Splash God. Last night, the Warriors were able to defeat the Dallas Mavericks and Klay Thompson 120 to 117 in an absolute thrilling game. But the one and only Steph Curry really showed out to his fellow Splash brother just what it means to splash in a couple of threes. In this film review, we're going to go through some of the key plays that happened last night, specifically from Steph Curry. And as we see right here from the first play, he really started gunning from really day one. Right here, we see Andrew Wiggins deliver a quick pass towards Steph Curry, and you see Kyrie Irving here doesn't really have any position to guard Steph Curry, and he obviously is going to be afraid of Steph Curry's three-point shot, so he's going to try and close out really quickly. He's a little lazy, it's a little early in the game, and so he just kind of runs over with his hand up, and Steph Curry fakes the shot, but obviously Kyrie Irving overplays him a little bit. Steph Curry gets low, and he's able to drive towards the basket, and now we have Najee's forced to make a really tough decision right here. Is he going to essentially commit to Steph Curry, or is he going to make sure to fend off TJD? Actually, I think he should have committed to Steph Curry and just go right up here and try to block it, because Gafford was in a great position to kind of block the lob from ever happening. But he does it. His indecision costs him a little bit, and Marshall was a little bit late to kind of get to that, and so it ends up with a Steph Curry easy two that starts him going. Right here, I want to highlight Steph's defensive prowess on his fellow Splash brother, and he gets a pass down here to Klay Thompson right there, and Steph Curry, look at that defensive play right there. Hand on the ball, no foul right there. He fouled him early on the first play of the game, but no foul right there, and fends off his Splash brother in epic fashion. To me, able to get the ball and give the Warriors an offensive possession right there. Right here, we see another play, looks like kind of ran for Steph Curry. Still a little bit early in the shot clock, and Andrew Wiggins, actually Draymond Green is going to hand it down to Steph Curry here, who's being guarded by Klay Thompson in this specific play. Now, Luka Doncic is really far over onto this side of the court that Steph Curry's on, which leads a wide open pass towards Kuminga. I think Luka Doncic made this decision because he's more worried about Steph Curry's layup than Jonathan Kuminga's three, but he should have been worried about Kuminga's three because he's able to, really make that three. And recently, I feel like Kuminga's been getting a lot better, on a side note, at shooting those corner threes or those wide open threes, and is really making himself a threat. Right here, something that the Warriors really utilized well in this game, specifically the pace. You saw whenever they moved a lot, they really were able to get Steph Curry and other Warriors players like Jonathan Kuminga into open slots. Right here, you see three people looking right at Steph Curry. Here, Klay, Gafford, and Jaden Hardy, and you see that Kuminga essentially has this wide open lane right here to kind of drive into, and we have Buddy Hield out here who's spacing the court, kind of doing that Klay Thompson Splash brother like role, and drawing three right here means Steph Curry can make this amazing pass kind of through the lane, and he's wide open for the dunk right here. And that's Steph Curry's spacing, and that's something we'll see throughout this game as it continues to go on, and I feel like that's only multiplicative as the game goes on for him as he continues to make shots. Right here, we see Draymond Green making a pass to Steph Curry. It seems like they realize the Warriors, Steph Curry is getting hot, so they're going to kind of try to trap him right here with Klay Thompson. But trapping Steph Curry is a little difficult with who we have on the floor, just because now we have Andrew Wiggins wide open in the corner and Luka Doncic essentially tasked with guarding Melton and Andrew Wiggins. And Melton intelligently is going to cut to the other side and essentially try and make it so that Andrew Wiggins is wide open on the strong side of the court, and so Klay Thompson is going to need to abort, and get back to Andrew Wiggins, but he still keeps looking at Steph Curry, and so Steph Curry uses that to drive in and make a bucket, and that's really the adept way that Steph Curry has learned to deal with double teams, and the Warriors team has learned to deal with double teams, making it so that the double would be obviously punished, holding the ball actually in the double team, and then having players move off the ball. After all, the Warriors is a big off-ball system, and I think they really utilized it well in this game. Now we're getting later into the quarter. We have Andrew Wiggins setting a screen to get Luka Doncic onto Steph Curry. This is a matchup they really want to exploit throughout this game, especially as it gets later, and so Steph Curry ends up getting onto Luka Doncic, and you see here they want to use Luka Doncic in a screen again with Daniel Gafford, and this is tough because it seems like they were trying to pre-switch between Gafford and the person guarding Andrew Wiggins, but they weren't able to because Draymond Green comes up to the screen so quickly, and it makes it really tough for him to actually do it. Draymond Green sets a great screen, and Steph Curry rises. Honestly, Gafford did a great job of recovering. It honestly looks like he thought he was going to shoot, went up for the ball, and almost blocked it, but I mean, that's demoralizing Steph Curry right there. He can make shots when you don't expect it. This play was incredible. I think based off of the last play, the Warriors clearly saw something with Luka Doncic. So what they're going to do, once again, Andrew Wiggins screen to get Luka Doncic onto Steph Curry. Now Draymond Green once again is going to come up with Lively. But what Steph Curry notices is that essentially Luka Doncic is getting right up to the screen. As soon as Draymond Green comes, he's hugging Draymond Green. But that's not really smart because Steph Curry knows he can get right by Luka Doncic, honestly, even if there wasn't a screen, but definitely if he's leaning towards one way already. And so it allows him to get right by him. You see 2 steps already. He's way ahead of him. And then he goes for the layup and makes it an incredible shot to basically get the Warriors the lead. And this is just the last play, just for fun. You see here, Derek Lively actually does a great job guarding Steph Curry, but the step back makes him slip and slide. And that's a bang and a night for the Dallas Mavericks. This was an awesome game, and it sucks to wish night to you all, but if you guys like this content and want to keep watching more of this type of content, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you.